live button there on the Facebook Arena, and it looks like one may possibly be going live. It likes to go live video starting. Hold on, brother, you're using a VPN. We gotta slow down and follow your internet now. Too safe. We don't like that. um, and this time live on the Mr. Williams Laborhood page. Past couple times went live on the William M. Laborhood account style page, which I need to turn off friend requests on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think the friend request is that's a lost
It's,
thing.
it's,
That's
it's over for you?
yeah, that's done because it's like no, because like certain posts that I've made friends only, that's for people that I knew before you clicked my profile, not you.
Sorry, the time limit is over. We're no longer extending friend applications.
Right? Yeah, we can all just follow each other. Just follow each other. That's groovy. Right? And every other website does that. No one has Twitter friends. And I know there's going to be people that are going to say groups. Yeah.
Bleh.
It's not a friend list. All right, but I'm here. Someone may be tuned in. I should probably get to that page. But the first thing I need to do is go ahead and just run down the headlines quicker than fast, if I may. What did we have? Police are robbing sex workers. I think that may be going on. They're turning off body cams and robbing sex workers. Mr. Garcia's family has been doxxed on purpose by the DHS staff. That's Department of Homeland Security. And, well, they just made some folks pretty unsecure in the homeland. And it was their department that did it. A patriotic Christian, pro-Trump Highland Park shooter, finally convicted. Not convinced, as I might type sometimes.
Not convinced.
Yeah,
Well,
finally.
he's convinced of something.
Huh, yeah, you convinced if you want the top bunk or not. Go on in there, big boy. You want to shoot people up like a big boy? Go and take the top bunk like a big boy. He's going to get the bottom bunk.
He's gonna get the
If I
bottom
understand the politics, he's getting the bottom bunk.
Yeah.
And also, a right-wing pastor has some interesting news for us about airport body scanners. All right? It's not just the frogs.
Really?
Okay?
Okay.
Like I'm telling you, get that airport body scanner done, all of a sudden you're using a wide stance.
Oh.
You understand that? You understand that.
Oh, man.
It's real. It's as real as it's gonna get.
I
Shout out
I
to
like
the...
how the political jokes age us. The kids don't fucking know about the bathroom thing.
Oh man, I should tell the youngster at work about that one.
Yeah.
Or really just send him a video. There's some funny person on the old YouTube there that talked about it. Shout out to the 3 people tuned in. I see you. You like that? You digging it? And also, yeah, we are not on camera. I have what we call a face for radio. I don't need you tuning away because you saw my face while the words were coming out of it. So there's just going to be an assortment of memes on loop. Enjoy. All right, Phoenix Caliter. Oh, yeah, and also, if we're under an hour after we're done with those stories, we're going to go look at what the incels are talking about in one of my threads.
I thought we were saving that for the weekend.
Nah, it was supposed to be today.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
but we had news. You said my bad. See that? See what happens? Like,
Shut up.
it was me that did it, but who apologized?
Shut up.
This is why we feminism. All right, I pass it to you. You've got the funky stuff.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I can do that. I suppose we can start with the dog trying to get under the door because the cat's on the other side.
You can't get on these.
You
No.
can't open the door. Neither one of you have opposable thumbs. It's over.
Yeah.
Shoot, did I not save the...
Oh no, what happened?
I think I closed my tab about the doxing one.
Oh.
Here, I can get it though.
All right. Yep, bringing that
Yeah.
one up. Bringing that one up.
Okay. So, Abrego Garcia, that is one of the men who has been detained. He's from Maryland, right? His senator made a bunch of headlines because his senator went down to El Salvador to see how he was doing, if he was okay, what was going on. Of course, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. I always want to say Human Services. It's not Human Services at all.
Ah.
The Department of Homeland Security has like just gone on a wild ass like misinformation tear about this guy, talking about like he's got gang tattoos, he's an MS-13, he's a known gang affiliate, and then they posted a bunch of documents online, which they got clowned for because the documents that they posted said he has no criminal history. So yeah, DHS has just been lying about this guy nonstop, and it was Senator Chris Van Hollen who is the one who went down to see him. Now, the wife of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who is the Maryland man at the center of a deportation fight, says she and her kids have fled to a safe house after the Department of Homeland Security published their address online, because apparently sending him to Latin America wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. That wasn't mean enough. It wasn't mean-spirited enough. There are children who can also suffer and a wife who can suffer. Why stop at one when you can terrorize an entire family, really? Just being good Christians. She says she and her kids have had to flee to a safe house after the Department of Homeland Security published their address online. Last week, the agency painted Abrego Garcia as a dangerous MS-13 gang member, a claim he has denied, and posted a protective order filed by Jennifer Vasquez Sura in 2021 against her spouse, a document that showed where the family lived then and still lives now. So they say Kilmar Abrego Garcia has a history of violence and was not the upstanding Maryland man the media has portrayed him as in a tweet. I should also note these are not like official documents and statements coming out like on government letterhead. This isn't at a press conference at the White House. This isn't being filmed, someone talking on Capitol Hill. They aren't going on news stations saying this. They fucking tweeted it. They tweeted it.
Yeah.
Like, just unserious.
Yeah, so, and then didn't a couple weeks ago Trump put out someone's address.
Did he? I missed that one if he did.
Yeah, I think it was
a judge?
New York person. Yeah, New York professional. I can go dig it up.
Yeah, because I know a bunch of the judges have been getting doxxed, and people are sending pizzas to, like, the immigration judges telling Trump to stop doing, well, the Trump administration to stop doing what it's doing. So, yeah, I've seen that. Their argument is that because he had a domestic incident that basically he deserves to be deported to El Salvador indefinitely. Yeah. So the aftermath of this, now Vasquez Sura, a U.S. citizen, says she and her three children, two of who are autistic, have had to leave their home to stay at a safe house after fears and verbal taunts from the president. Really? The president of El Salvador is talking shit about her? This is just awful. She fears that verbal taunts and attacks from the president of El Salvador, where her husband is currently imprisoned, the Trump administration officials, and President Trump himself might lead to something more dangerous. She said, quote, "I don't feel safe when the government posts my address, the house where my family lives, for everyone to see, especially when this case has gone viral and people have all sorts of opinions." That is such a, like, everything she said makes sense, but it's weird to be in a timeline where someone literally has to say, "I don't feel safe when the government posts my address."
Yeah.
Like, that's a kind of a terrifying thing, really. Can we say authoritarianism and fascism yet? Or y'all still
There's not
it?
one right winger that's gonna say this is big government, because they never cared about it being big government, just like they never cared about it being taxes. We're gonna stay on this thing of, you need to stop taking them at face value. You're a big grown up and you know better. You know when a liar is lying in your face. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, this to me reminds me of how we talked about, what's her name? Chaya Rychek, right? Libs of TikTok, where you were like, it's no longer stochastic terrorism. This is just shot calling.
Yeah, she's calling hits.
Yeah, because, like, why else would you post that online?
Yeah.
Unless your intent was to have someone go, like, physically injure, if not do more to this family.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you posted it. We all do. Stop playing. She said, Vasquez Sura continued and said, "This is definitely terrifying. I'm scared for my kids." Both the Post and the New Republic note that the government has offered no comment on why the family's address wasn't redacted in the online post. So they go into what the actual to what the government posted. It was a protective order from 2021 where Vasquez Sura says it stemmed from a one-time incident in which the pressures of life led to an argument that got physical between herself and Abrego Garcia, leaving her bruised. She said she sought the protective order out of caution as she'd been in an abusive relationship in the past, but said in this instance things did not escalate and I decided not to follow through with the civil court process. We were able to work through the situation privately as a family and including going to counseling. Okay. Moving forward, Vasquez Sura says that, look, Kilmar is not perfect, nobody is, but day by day you grow, every day you learn, and he's trying his best for me, our kids, and our future. So what is interesting to me is that they're trying to say that because they had a domestic incident, that he deserves to be labeled as, like, you know, an abusive gang member and be deported. And yet, the Republican Party is full of so many abusers. So are we going to start, I mean, obviously we won't, but, like, are we going to start seeing that same attitude, right? Like, who was the podcaster who, like, threatened to hit his pregnant wife?
That's Steven Crowder.
Are we going to send Crowder to El Salvador?
Nope.
I've heard Hegseth was abusive towards women when he's drinking, and
Nope.
he drinks a lot, I understand. Is he going to El Salvador? Fucking,
No.
I heard someone, Dr. Blasey Ford, testify about Big Brain Brett Kavanaugh. Is he going to El Salvador? Donald Trump has been accused of physically assaulting his wives. One of his wives said that he was like pulling on her hair and choking her. Is he going to El Salvador?
Yeah, Bill
Like,
O'Reilly, all of them.
It's just wild how they'll say things like, we just want to protect women and children, and then leave all the abusers over there. And then when someone they don't like does something, they're like, see, we have to do like the worst possible thing to this person. And obviously this is not supporting domestic violence. I think that's horrible. I think that's awful. But I don't think that means you should go to another country indefinitely where no one knows where you are. Again, proportionality, I think. I feel like I'm going to be saying proportionality a lot for this administration. Just because someone does something wrong doesn't mean that, like, the worst possible thing that we can do to a person needs to be done to you. But then, as you say, that is typical Western Christian tradition, right? Like, we didn't just have public executions. We burned people alive at the stake.
Yeah.
We didn't just have public executions. We tied them down and put rocks on them until they suffocated death.
Think about, like, what these people do. They gather around for this. Like, you know how your nose works. You know how smelling things works.
Oh.
Yeah, they're standing around recreationally burning a human being and smelling their flesh burning.
Mm-hmm.
They're enjoying the screams of pain right until the person, they go into shock from the pain and pass out and die.
Yeah.
But those moments of screaming, they enjoy that.
Yeah, I think I told you, I was actually reading an account of, it was a German guy who was like one of the people who was convicting witches, and his big complaint with burning witches at the stake was that they didn't suffer enough because they were on like a big pile of wood to like really get the fire going.
Yeah.
And he got angry that it only took them like 30 to 45 minutes to die because they were dying from smoke inhalation before they really started frying up.
Yeah.
Like, these are the people.
Yeah. But folks don't want to deal with that. Yeah, that's going to be the ongoing thing. Like, I am now frustrated old podcaster that is disappointed in you.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's not even relegated to stuff from the 1500s and 1600s. Like, fucking Jesse Washington was 100 years ago. I don't
100.
When was James Byrd?
Like, there are people that are alive that are over 100.
Right.
Like, I think there's one or two people from the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre that are still alive.
Yeah, like, I don't, and that, for folks who don't know, he got lynched, but again, because just killing someone isn't enough with these people, they cut off his fingers and toes and were, like, lowering him over a fire. And if you look up pictures, I mean, obviously all the trigger warnings, but there's pictures of his body and it's missing hands and feet because they burned him so much. Like, they burned his hands off. And it's just like, that was 100 years ago. Like, James Byrd, dragged him to death behind a truck?
Yeah, until his head literally popped off.
Like,
ripped off, really.
Yeah, like that. I was alive for that. That wasn't that long ago.
That was, 1998?
Yeah, like, I'm not that old, so...
Yeah, think about 1998. DMX had an album. If that helps.
Yeah. I mean,
19
everyone was still about to start freaking out for Y2K.
The Scream franchise was up and running.
Yeah.
You could get Set It Off in the store. It had its theater run. That's what 1990, that's when that was. 98. Tupac was already dead.
Yeah, and so it's not, this is just who these people are. They have this like insatiable bloodlust, and we should talk about that more because it really does lead to sadism. Because this stuff obviously isn't Law and Order because it's not equally applied, right? It's never their friends and cronies, it's always everyone else. But when it comes time to punishment, they are just absolutely sadistic. And what I do wish at least is more people would recognize the framing is that this isn't about, like, prison isn't about rehabilitation. It's only about punishment, because clearly you don't want to rehabilitate anyone if this is how you feel people should be treated.
Yeah, keep in mind, the police are partisan and enjoy this too.
They do.
Right? And then the prosecutors and whatnot, like, a lot of people are in on it, and we're coming up to that point. Now, this is the point where people say, you're going too far. There are going to be random shootings in the streets. Areas that are predominantly occupied by folks that are not classified as white living there, there's just going to be light up the houses, shoot 'em ups.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're just going to come through blasting, destroying vehicles, setting things on fire. That's coming next. And looking at how fast things got here, what was this, 93 days?
It's like 3 months.
Yeah, I think we're looking at like day 94 right now or so. Look at what's happened so far in 94 days. We haven't even hit 100. The days aren't in triple digits. There may be shootings in the streets at random and no conviction, no arrest, no trial. He did what he had to do before Christmas.
And I'm expecting, even if someone does get like put on trial, that it's just going to be like a spectacle, and they're just going to be like, oh, it was self-defense, and that'll be that.
Oh, the Rittenhouse trial is now the blueprint.
Yeah.
The judges are going to show their ass, laugh in your face, and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Oh God, it's going to be like fucking Michael Brown with that fucking grand jury.
Yep.
You remember that shit?
Yeah,
Like,
they had somebody who wasn't even in the area,
like,
wasn't a witness, wasn't there, just like some, I think the language I was about to use is kind of shaming folks that are addicted to drugs. I'll calm down. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a white woman who wasn't there and she wanted to lie, but the prosecutor who put her on the stand knew she was lying and let her up there anyway.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
On purpose.
Yeah, so, But, as you say, speaking of just random shootings in the streets, Crimo, I guess it's technically supposed to be Crimo. I'm going to say Crimo because his last name is Crimo, just got convicted.
Yeah, we were listening to news coverage in the car and they kept saying Crimo. And it's like, no.
It's
like,
Crimo.
as often as these newscasters accidentally say Martin Luther Coon every year, you can accidentally say Crimo. Quit goofing.
I mean, it looks like Crimo.
Yeah, I would accidentally say it.
Yeah. So if folks don't know, because there's just so many mass shootings to choose from, this one was in Highland Park, which is a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. He was recently convicted, and they note that he had music videos, apparently. I've never been able to find one. He made music videos.
Huh.
And his face tattoos, Bobby Crimo III apparently had an affinity for the number 47. Now, I would assume that that's about Trump.
Yeah, he supported the idea of the second term.
But according to, where is it? Because I had to open up another article about this. But according to police, they don't know why he's obsessed with the number 47. So they say the 21-year-old suspect had he's convicted now. At the time he was a suspect, had a number of tattoos on his face, but the one that stands out is displaying the number 47. He chose to place it beside his right eye. The number 47 also appears in other places, including the suspect's car. There it is, big and bold, covering the top passenger side door from the window to the floor. Why the number 47 and what does it mean? Prosecutors indicated they put that question to the killer. But Lake County Sheriff's Office Deputy Chief, that's a lot of words. Sheriff's Office Deputy Chief Krister Covelli said, his motivation isn't necessarily clear. I don't want to go specifically into what he told investigators. Yeah, I bet you fucking don't.
And what's this person's job title again?
Lake County Sheriff's Office Deputy Chief.
Now, if this person is acting very obviously in bad faith, I need you to stop acting white right now. Stop acting white and wanting to deny that someone's obviously lying. If they're acting in bad faith about this, it's because they're preparing. They're softening you up for when the real mass killing in the streets begin, because it's what tankies wanted. Just add that in there. Always had that in there.
It is. He adds, however, he had some type of affinity towards the numbers 4 and 7, and the inverse was 7 and 4. The inverse of 7 and 4 is what stood out to former FBI and CIA agent Javed Ali. 4-7 could be 7-4, equaling July 4th, the known date of his planned attack, which actually happened.
Disingenuous and intended to waste your time. If they say that to you, it's because they want you standing there arguing with them about that instead of doing something constructive against them.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? I think I'm physical leader keep being like, we can make fun of this, we can make some jokes out of this, and I've lost all my fun. I am sans joy.
No, I get it. Because it is actually, because you know what, to me, I'm still sort of in like the, like, not that it's funny, but it's so like incredulous. Like, you fucking can't see it? Like, really? Yeah. You can't fucking see that fake ass shit? You believe that shit that they're saying?
I think it's just also our background as broadcasters. We were the funny niggas. We were like of the 2012 through 2016 social justice warrior left. We were the funny niggas, man.
We were.
Right? Like, actual comedians that are like in a different tax bracket than us that we'll never see have had us on as guests and been like, you gotta check them out. They're fucking funny.
They're so funny.
Yeah, folks that I am now embarrassed that I was on a program episode of their show, and I hope they deleted it. Also, yeah, they work with Taibbi now.
Yeah, you just gotta.
Yeah, I was never on that program, buddy.
Man. But yeah, so they're like, we don't know why he liked the number 47. According to Covelli, who is the cop here, says that it comes from the music he was interested in. But Ali says the numbers are not connected to hate groups. So the number 47 does not overtly connect to known symbols or artifacts with white supremacy or neo-Nazi movements. That doesn't mean they don't have meanings in other disciplines, but at least when it comes to terrorism, there's nothing that overtly stood out to me. So they don't know why he did it. 47 maybe means 7-4 when he could have just put 7-4 on his face, but okay. Because that's the day he did his attack. It's not affiliated with terrorism, but also it's not affiliated with terrorism, but they won't go specifically into what he told investigators. I would like to know what he told investigators. And just in case you're still not convinced, you'd be like, well, maybe he just likes 47 for some other reason, and it has nothing to do with Trump, right? You might be thinking that. I get it, because we sound hyperbolic sometimes. No,
I'm with you.
Yeah, like, people might think we sound like a little paranoid or we're a little like, but it can't be that bad all the time. Well, maybe. Except here's the thing.
None of the predictions come untrue.
I'm saying. Like, someone made a post on Blue Sky, like, I'm a canary in the coal mine named Cassandra, and that's just going to be the name of my autobiography.
Yeah, like the only prediction I got wrong in the history of all this broadcasting was that Hillary could win this one. That was it. That's the one I got wrong.
Okay, I thought Harris was going to win the popular vote.
I didn't know. I couldn't make a call.
I didn't think she was. Wasn't sure about the Electoral College, but I did think she was going to get the popular vote. So I was wrong on that one.
Yeah, and then when you look, but then again, like, it was pretty much obviously stolen,
Yeah.
And again, the people that want to say, don't say that from the left, you make us sound like them. No, we don't. We don't sound like them because we're being honest.
Oh, if only there was decades of voter disenfranchisement that we could point to. Oh, if only there was a
Yeah.
bunch of anti-voting shit that Republicans passed right before the election. Oh, if only there was evidence that they were purging people from the rolls. Like, come on.
Yeah, when you look at
Come on.
everything curated, and I would consider the involvement of the Electoral College as part of stealing.
Yeah.
Like, it's all stealing,
Yeah.
and you know it.
We need to ban the Electoral College. But so Crimo, this young man, in case you're still not convinced, just because he has the number 47 anywhere and it has nothing to do with Donald Trump and it has nothing to do with terrorism because some guy from the FBI said so and a cop said so, even though the cop won't release what the fuck this guy actually said, I would point out that when he got arrested, the shooting itself was in 2022. He pleaded guilty to all charges against him. Okay? But on the document saying that he was waiving his right to a plea agreement, what name do you think he signed? He didn't sign his name. His name is Robert Crimo. He signed Donald Trump. Does 47 still sound outlandish? That it's just some number he likes? That it's an inverse of 7-4? That it's about music? That it's nothing to do with domestic terrorism?
Which group? Nobody has that number. No, the fuck body. Nobody has that many songs on one album. And there's niggas with double albums. No one has a 47 song album. It's nowhere. It's nothing. It's not the title of a really hot song. What? I just listened to one called 45321. It wasn't 47. It was 45321. Shit, Coolio has one called 456. Almost got there, but no cigar.
No.
It's not real.
No. Yeah. Yeah, so this is worth noting that the Highland Park mass parade shooter signed his name Donald Trump on paperwork when he pleaded guilty on Monday to all charges in his case. Robert Crimo, 24 at the time, of Highwood, pleaded guilty to all 69 charges, including 21 counts of first-degree murder and 48 counts of attempted murder. Yeah. So signing his name Donald Trump has a big-ass 47 tattooed on his face. No one knows what the fuck 47 means. Keep fucking playing with me if you want to. Yeah. So, yeah, he is facing life in prison, and the reason that we brought this up is because earlier today, he actually went through with the sentencing. That 47 is big as hell on his face, too. Like, it's very apparent. So he was officially sentenced to life without parole after pleading guilty. And as was noted, it was a July 4th parade. The victims of the shooting ranged from an 8-year-old boy who is now paralyzed from the waist down to a young couple and an 88-year-old man. The gunman had complete disregard for human life and is depraved and permanently incorrigible, irreparably corrupt, and beyond any rehabilitation, the judge said before handing down the maximum sentence. Yeah. Also, I don't know why he left the scene when he did this. Like, they were going to find you and you're going to prison forever. That's just silly. But those killed in the shooting were Catherine Goldstein, 64, Jacqueline Sun.
You said it like that because you watched that show, The Strain.
Because I'm just noting that, like, a lot of the people he killed.
Oh, these last names?
Yes, we have a Goldstein, a Sondheim, a Strauss, a Toledo, Uvaldo, Zaragoza. Like, lots of Latino names and lots of Jewish names. I'm not...
Yeah, I am. If you're not, I am.
I mean,
I am saying that he targeted people that they are known to target. They are anti-Semitic for a very old, stupid propaganda reason, which some historian nerds argue is like the first like real conspiracy theory. Right, the insidious cabal of nefarious Jews running the world.
Right.
Right, like, so he's really just keeping in tradition with that. And keep in mind what going after folks that are classified as Latino or Hispanic is. That's just the Trail of Tears again, right? And say the sentence, it's the same people genociding the same people.
Yes. Yeah, so out of the 7 people who died, 2 of them were actually from Mexico, right? 3 of them were Jewish. Like, I'm just saying, like, those are incredibly high odds for random killings.
But then who got lynched in the Freedom Riders lynching?
Right.
Black and Jewish.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
right? What did go back, point at comedian Chris Rock when he was talking about how white dudes were talking post 9/11, and the bit was something like I'm an American, man. I'm an American. Fuck these terrorists. I'm an American. Fuck these illegal immigrants. And that's when I start listening, because I know niggas and Jews is next.
Yes. Without fail. So, I'm just saying. It was, yeah, a suspiciously high amount of Latino and Jewish victims among his victims. He likes Donald Trump. He has the number 47 tattooed on his face. Apparently that means nothing. And also, like, I should add that having that high a number of Latino victims is also significant because I think I mentioned this as in Highland Park. If you're not from Chicago, you don't know Highland Park. But Highland Park is like 87% white. So you kind of
You
have
knew
to...
where they would be.
So, like, you were picking your targets on purpose because this
Yeah.
was a July 4th parade, which means everyone was out, which means approximately at least 80% of the crowd was white. So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what's going on there. Yeah, and I'm looking at the demographics now. Only 9% of the city is Latino. And half of your victims were Latino. Like, come on.
And the
man.
other half were?
Jewish.
And
there was
Jewish
one...
people are like what percentage of the planet?
Right.
Like 2?
Right.
I don't even... Right? And that's just what I know of what some nerd knows of. We may be looking like 0.02, right? It may be like trans women.
Yeah, so I'm just saying for interesting demographics that just happened, quote unquote, to get caught up in that shooting. So, but anyways, he did sign over his rights when he signed his name as Donald Trump. He is now going to prison for the rest of his life, and he got sentenced this morning. So, I hope that the survivors and the victims' families find a little bit of peace in that. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, maybe a little some. Yeah, you gotta let people handle it at the best they can. Mm-hmm. Right, but the folks they never come back. They're murdered and they're gone. And in the name of what? White men gotta do what they want to do at all times.
At all times.
Let's see. I think. Did you have the other one, or am I getting to my my pastor?
I was gonna do the... Oh, I didn't know you had a pastor one.
Yeah, I mentioned in the headline reading at the beginning.
Oh, I missed it. Because I was looking for because I closed the link on my Abrego one about the Queens cops. So, this is sort of like a mishmash of my podcasting as well as my actual other job, talking about sex workers' rights. And just wanted to note this. What is it you always used to say? I'm not saying ACAB. They're just making the argument for you.
Oh, that's like my meme template.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not already ACAB, why don't you let this 4-year-old girl explain?
Yeah.
And then it's a headline of like, police kicked 4-year-old girl in the face, some shit like that.
2 Queens police officers robbed and groped a woman working in an illegal brothel while they were on duty, prosecutors alleged. NYPD officers Justin McMillan and Justin Colon, who are currently suspended, surrendered themselves to the NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau after an investigation into an accusation that they robbed a sex worker in July in Jackson Heights. The cops were handcuffed and escorted to Queens Criminal Court on Monday, where they were charged with second-degree robbery, forcible touching, and official misconduct. They have pleaded not guilty to all counts. So the arrest of the cops comes after Mayor Eric Adams sent additional police into Jackson Heights to respond to increased complaints of brothels, illegal vending, and crime in general. I also hope whoever snitched is proud of themselves. You got someone robbed and groped and sexually harassed by the cops. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself for snitching, whoever you are, you fucking piece of shit.
Here's the worst part. They are.
They
are proud.
They are. As alleged by the Queens District Attorney's Office, McMillan and Colon responded to a 311 call on July 19th after someone reported a brothel was operating inside a residential house on 89th Street. The pair arrived at the location initially with their body cameras on and recording. While outside the house, one officer said, "I don't see anything," before they turned off their cameras. With their cameras off, the two lingered around the building, and when they saw a woman exiting a side door, they approached her, blocked the side door from closing, and made her go back inside the building. They eventually came to a locked interior door, at which point McMillan and Colon took the woman's bag and dumped it on the floor. They took keys from her bag while she fled. They then left the building and continued their foot patrol without reporting the incident. Now, why would cops steal your keys after turning off their body cameras and then go back to their shift and not tell anyone. Do you think maybe they were planning to come back and do something? Maybe. 8 hours later, McMillan and Cologne allegedly returned to the building still in uniform, with their cameras still deactivated, and still without notifying any superiors of what they were doing. They used the keys taken earlier in the day to enter the building, where they found a woman engaged in prostitution with an unidentified man. The man fled as soon as he saw the officers, so they chose not to arrest him. Okay. McMillan then allegedly took the woman's purse, stole money, and groped her. The woman eventually fled and called 911. McMillan and Cologne returned to the precinct house without reporting any incident or filing any paperwork. The allegations in this case are an affront to the shield worn by countless police officers who serve the city. Yeah, whatever. The defendants, both sworn NYPD officers, are accused of using their authority to break into a building, steal money, and forcibly touch a woman while on duty, with their body cameras intentionally turned off so their misdeeds would not be recorded. So, prosecutors said during arraignment, they have at least one witness who identified both men, which means they have the sex worker. So not only is she criminalized and couldn't report when they did this to her, but now she still has to go to trial to try to put them in jail because that's fair. Yeah. One thing that I noted on here is, if I can find it, is that both of these guys were just out of the academy. And that line stuck out with me because I remember something you said a while ago on a podcast where you were like, think about people who want to be cops now. Like, not people who've been cops for like 30 years or 40 years. Like, young people who want to be cops now. You only want to do it because you want to do it. Like, you want to fuck people up.
That shit. Like, going into 2011, 12 through 15, we started seeing more and more police shootings on video because, of course, more and like ever since the fourth generation of Apple products dropped, that really looked like the wave of like everyone has a smartphone now. Like that 2010 wave of fourth generation Apple products, followed the next year by competing Samsung products and a couple other brands. It was like, that's it. Like, even I didn't have a smartphone. I'm very house phone guy. But even I got an iPod Touch and I got Skype and connected to the city Wi-Fi through my cable provider. You know, it was like everyone has one, which meant everything that's been going on for the past 5 centuries is going to seem like it's happening more, but we all see it now.
Right.
So if you're 15 years old in 2014 and you're 25 in 2024 and you're like just getting out of the academy or you're about to become a cop, part of your incentive is all the shit you saw that you didn't know you could totally do and get away with as a cop.
Yeah.
Like, some of these guys, like, this shit may have actually stopped some white guys from just going down a criminal path and getting arrested by a cop and going to prison. They were like, wait, I can just get behind the badge and do all that shit. You think they don't see the same headlines we see?
Yep.
That dipshit, they saw the one that we saw that said, judge rules that police don't have to, have this level of test score.
Yeah.
Like, they know that as well. It's just, and tangentially, just like the racist right-winger, just how you read about environmental racism, and then you put it in the thread to say, this is why we should care about climate change. They said, that's a reason to exasperate it. Thank you. I'm going to deny it harder, Daddy.
Right.
Because I didn't know that I was killing niggers with the climate. This is fantastic.
Yeah. So I found the paragraph I was looking for. The patrol officers who were still on probationary status after entering the police academy in 2023. So they were brand new cops, and McMillan was 27 and Cologne is 24.
Right now they're 27 and 24?
Yeah.
In 2025, 20, so you run it back, they were 17. They were 17 in senior year, and that other one's 24. It was 4. Oh, they were in Gamergate. Yeah. Like, think about that shit.
Yeah.
4chan guys have badges and guns, and they're pulling you over.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah, because like I see and like I don't want to be dismissive of it because I see stories like this so much that sometimes I forget about details like that. So I'm like reading it, and I'm like, okay, this is like not. I'm not surprised. This is something cops would do. Like, yeah, And then I'm like looking, and I see this. Wait, they're just out of. They're still on probationary status, and they were in the police academy a year ago because like we're reporting on it right now because they just got arrested, but the event actually happened last summer. It happened last July. So they were only out of the academy for a year when they did this, and it's like, what the fuck is that about? And then I look at the ages, and now I'm like, uh-huh. So these are guys who saw where society was going, and they were like, but if I'm a cop, I can just do that and get away with it. Like, and now here we are, right? Robbed someone, took her keys, turned off their body cameras, came back to the same place hours later, robbed another person, and started groping her and like sexually, I will say sexually assaulting her because it was unwanted physical sexual contact and she couldn't say no because they were cops. Like that's sexual assault as far as I'm concerned. So, but yeah, so still on probation, and this is what they were doing. So now imagine had they not gotten caught, had this not been reported, where would they be in 10, 15, 20 years from now? Like, what kind of careers would they have as police officers? Like, if you were willing to do this before you even got off your work probation, what the fuck would you be doing in 15 years from now?
And what did they do up until finally getting caught?
Right.
What have they just been doing?
Right.
What were they doing in high school? Were there any certain substances they got their hands on and slipped in anyone's beverage when they went to the bathroom at a house party?
What were they doing in college?
They were rapists in college. I'll say it because I have freedom of speech. And you, as a free speech advocate, defend to the death my right to say that, and I appreciate that of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
For acting in good faith when you say that you're a free speech absolutist and that you have no problem with me saying that at all.
At all. Yeah, so they each face 1 count of forcible touching, larceny, 2 counts of burglary, and 4 counts of official misconduct. I will be following up with this, and let's see if they get convicted, what the sentence is. But yeah, so brand new cops, this is how they behave.
And the only problem is it was too much of a public-facing fuck-up for them to investigate themselves and find that they did nothing wrong.
It is. And
Yeah.
I really, I wonder if, there's a level of irony there, because the person who snitched on the illegal brothel probably also is the person who snitched on the cops. Because, they have to be, because they're clearly just watching, because this was a house. It wasn't, a warehouse or, a business. This is someone's personal residence that they were using as a brothel. So that means someone has been watching them. So that person probably also saw the cops.
So this is just like a snitch or a loser.
Both. You can be both of those things at once.
Multitask.
Yes.
You got to do that in this era.
You do.
Yeah, if you don't multitask, you're not going to be able to fucking pay them tariff hikes. All right? And you're going to end up with egg on your face. And that's expensive.
Not according to the New York Times. Yeah.
Shut up, Scam Likely. I don't even know if that's Scam Likely. Phone ringing.
Sorry,
All right.
the New York Times says eggs are cheap, though, so you're wrong.
The New York Times?
Yeah.
I don't read anyone with a paywall, and I don't go to that archive.ph. I just go to a smaller outlet. Or a great deal of times, folks, and so if y'all are news nerds, you know this, Yahoo just republishes everybody's shit any damn way.
So does MSN.
Yeah, Yahoo, MSN, just go to their shit. It's there.
Yeah, it was not even a real story. I just, sorry, because it's so funny to me. The New York Times posted a thing about tips to stretch your budget because everyone's broke right now. And their thing was eat less meat and eat more eggs. I'm like, eggs are not actually cheap.
Also, eat more eggs?
Who the fuck wrote this?
So eat abortion meat? That's just fetus protein. That's all that is. And that's good fetus.
Eat less meat. Hearty eggs can serve as a cheaper source of protein while lasting longer in your fridge. And then they say repurpose your odds and ends to something else like pizza soup or frittatas. Frittatas are also made out of eggs. So what? Eggs are not.
Who's the author?
I don't know. I didn't click it. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, who's this fucking clown?
That's the screenshot they put up. So, Kristen Chambrot?
Right, you wonder if they exist?
Oh, God, yeah. It looks like a bunch of her stuff is just recipes.
Oh
She has
God.
like 5-minute hummus on here.
And fucking okay, and boom, yep. So when I type their name in, you know what comes up first? Instagram.
Good.
Second, LinkedIn. Third, New York Times. And then fourth, Hungry Lab. And then
Oh.
NYT Cooking.
Oh my God. So basically, all she did was like use this as a sounding board for her own recipes. Because
Ha!
there's just hyperlinks. Here's how to make a stir fry in 15 minutes.
This
Here's.
motherfucker. Oh, hustling ass Kristen. Out here trying to hustle up, talking that bullshit.
Yeah, it's just links to her recipes and her friends' blogs, food blogs. But yeah, eggs are not cheap. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And a lot of it is also just eat less, snack less, and you'll save money. Okay.
Kristen, this is what's gonna happen if I eat less.
And then also go to food pantries. That's not really a solution. Like, that's not actually like that. Going to food pantries does not solve the systemic problem of people not being able to afford food. What the fuck are we doing? Oh God. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, hustling ass Kristen. Well, we found that out in real time kind of fast.
Yeah, we did.
Just type in that name. First thing, the gram, they call it. Kristen with a Y. Eat less. And
Eat
which
less.
again, the eat less part, I'm like, I will get less calories.
Mm-hmm.
I have less. There's a reason why, like, because Phoenix Leader sees what I eat and how much of it at a time. And the fact that, like, I eat giant meals and I'm also a grazer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm constant calories. And I'm down to a 32 waist from a 36.
Yeah.
All right? So you know what happens if I start eating less? The way I have to move at work, the way I have to move and do chores at home, and we're going into the summer, I got fucking work to do in that yard. Ooh, booba. And I won't have enough energy, which means I won't be as good at work, which means I won't be as valuable, which means when the raises come, I won't get the maximum raise. I'm going to get the minimum. There's a reason why I just started making more than a white man that has been there for 2 decades, since 2005, and I'm there. I hired in 4 months ago, and more than him now. I can't stop eating. It will affect me economically. So no, can't eat less, Kristen with a Y. Badaba. All right, I'm going over in this directable. I am black.
Yes.
I am Negro. Hear me roar, I guess. Okay, so this individual goes by the name of Andrew Isker, and I think I guess his Twitter nickname is Bonyface Option, maybe.
What?
Because it's an embedded tweet right here.
Okay. It's like
Yeah.
bony face.
Oh, wait a second. I don't think I have a Twitter Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, so he's at Bonyface Yeah, Bonyface Option, or whatever that's supposed to say. It's Boniface Option. And he has something important to say. All right, short video clip. Let's hear him out. Whether him or his mustache are talking, let's hear him. And this is not a fade, that's a taper. Terrible haircut.
Where was the Constitution when the Patriot Act was passed? Right? I mean, give me a...
All right, where was the Constitution when the Patriot Act was passed? Whoever made this video, nice place to cut in right there.
Where was the Constitution when the Patriot Act was passed? Right? I mean, give me a break. Like, I had to be molested at the airport to go to Florida, right? Just to get on an airplane, because I'm not going to go through the gay beam machine. I didn't...
And also, like, flippantly using the word molested, right? Like, rhetorically irresponsible to me, trashy, tacky, terroristic. But then, and obviously you would say I dislike it because probably it was a man, and that's terrible. But then also, so You're gonna have a man touch on you so you can avoid what?
Beam machine play, because I'm not going to go through the gay beam machine.
The gay beam machine. Which I'm wondering if that's like a concentrated form of a Jewish space laser. I'm not sure.
Ooh, maybe.
Maybe.
I didn't let CJ do it. I wouldn't let him do it. Said, you're getting patted down too, buddy. I don't want them turning you gay.
All right. And that's the kind of thing, again, like, it's in between, like, the type of shit that these clowns actually believe, because they are John Birch Society, and also just trolling. And that's why satire struggles.
Yeah.
Satire's not dead, but it's struggling.
It's on life support.
Yeah.
I think that we should just start saying, like, they never troll. They mean everything they say. Like, literally 100%. And I do mean literally 100% everything they say, that's what they mean.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do a little word there for themselves.
Why did a page get called Dindu get recommended to me on Facebook? Which just makes me extra pissy because our page got, like,
oh yeah,
throttled.
yeah. We basically have a nuked page. Like I'm not even posting to it. I'm just waiting to log in one day and just see that Facebook removed it. Like I don't even want to. It's done, and it's done because and I know what they're doing, and they know what they're doing. You think Facebook doesn't know? They don't have some sort of read in their programming where they know if your page is a leftist page or not?
Absolutely.
They know, which means it's just extra scrutiny on you, because my post was making fun of Nazis and critiquing their behavior, and they're like, nope, you're endorsing. The symbol was on the shirt of the cartoon character, therefore you're endorsing. And it means you're endorsing every single thing they did, which means Facebook accuses me of endorsing terrorism.
Anyways, Facebook really wants me to like a page about Dindus.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why, like, the best thing I could think of is to just fucking change the Becky Lives Matter page and just nuke all the material I had there over the years and change, because it already has a 5,000 follower, folks are there. And change it to, guess what your teenage son is looking at on the internet when you're not monitoring his usage. And here's the fun part. It's harassing if you screenshot them.
Right.
It's not if you just share it directly from them. So I'll share from your little Dindu page.
Okay.
And then tag the moms and be like, might want to see if your son's looking at this.
Yeah.
And that would just be what the page is all about. Just, what is your son probably looking at? And that stuff's not hard to find. Just go onto a website, create an account, and when it asks gender, put man.
Yeah.
You'll see everything that your sons are seeing. Yeah, you might see your son.
It appears having a guy touch you all over the place is on its face seems worse. But you don't really know what those things are doing to you. So
where the imaging goes, or what they're doing,
because it's like
what they're doing in the back room.
They can just take a picture of me
sort of
naked. Like no
virtual
no.
adrenochrome system back there.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, I would note that in the background, I don't have the image of the person on the left memorized, but on the right, they have Nixon, which is also like just saying, hey man, we like our right-wing corruption.
Are these the anti-Semite guys?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what program this is. But the website that covers it is called them.us. And so let's take a look at them.us. Journalist Phil Williams recently took to X to repost a clip from Isker's podcast, a podcast called Contra Mundum. Is Contra Mundum a program you know about?
That was the name of it.
Yeah, because you might be thinking of the one that has the really ugly name, literally called the Daily Showa.
No, not them. It was two pastors doing a podcast.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's too many of those.
Yeah. But it was like weirdly it was just like they had who the fuck is calling?
And you hear that ringing. Like earlier we said house phone. Yeah, I mean it. Right, we just missed a poll that we could have been on, and I could have been like, no, I am a male and I'm not lonely, damn it.
Anyways, I can't find it now, of course, but it was a podcast that was two white male pastors who were basically white nationalists, and they had a guy on to talk about, like, Jewish people, and he, like, did the whole, like, there are no real Jews left, and Jews don't deserve rights in America because this is a Christian nation and they're not Christians. And then they'd, like, finish it up by saying, we're not actually anti-Semitic. We just had someone on just to, like, you know, like, pick his brain. And it's like, you let him say that. You are anti-Semitic. Like, what the fuck?
And you don't remember what show that was?
I don't. I'm looking for it, but, like, that looks like the same guy. Was
okay.
that guy?
Let's get to this.
Yeah.
So, article up 1 year ago, originally posted by Raw Story, which drifts in and out of having a paywall, reposted by MSN.
Oh, hey.
Story by Travis Geddes. A pair of right-wing podcasts. This is the same show, and it's from a year ago.
Okay.
A pair of right-wing podcasters trying to establish a Christian nationalist community.
Yes, because that was the first sentence of the article. Yes.
All right, we found it. These are the guys. So everything Fuse Cleaner said is basically in this article.
Okay.
See, now, and notice how we're more efficient than capitalists. Right? We get right down to BIS-ness. All right, and let me see where we are time-wise, because that's just, 55 minutes. We're under the hour, but not far enough under the hour. I know you like getting your news. I'd recommend not opening new tabs tomorrow so that we can get to the incels.
All right, we will get to the incels.
I guess I'm down to run a preview. I'm not too cool for that. I'm not too big for that. I'm not the number one guy. Right? And check out Mr. Williams Laborhood on the Facebook. Right? Right, if you can't hit up the Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. Williams Laborhood or something like that, leave a comment, share a post. It's monetized. It helps me be less hungry, right?
Well,
unlike Kristen with a Y.
You could just eat eggs and tofu.
Eggs and tofu.
And
I will not.
Also, some of her advice was don't waste food. So, you know.
I lived a lot of years in poverty. I already do that part kind of weird, and my wife be looking at me like, you can't eat that, and I'm like, chewing it now.
Yeah, that was her number 3 tip, was avoid wasting food.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how I'm embarrassed here, like, we're trying to fill up space, well, I'm like, where the hell is the post?
The incel post? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll just read her tips. 1, focus on cooking. 2, eat less meat. 3, avoid wasting food. 4, sign up for coupons. 5, know your grocery store. 6, snack less. 7, learn to love your store brand. 8, look at price per ounce. 9, lean on your community. Because these are useful tips that no one who has ever been food insecure has ever dealt with at any point ever. Yes.
Brilliant McGenius. Every time.
Brilliance, even.
All right, so here's the good stuff. And let me zoom that in there. So the post is, whoa, what the heck darn did Facebook just do? Don't do that anymore, Facebook.
What did it do?
It went back. Like, it went back a page. So the first thing that matters is the article. And it is popular culture, and the website is Soap Central. And it's about Valkyrie and Senna. And they had a stalker scare. I don't know who Valkyrie and Senna are.
I don't either.
Because too many people are micro-famous.
Right.
Yeah, like, there's a bunch of people that technically the word celebrity applies, but you're never going to know they exist. Right? And this thing, it has a thumbnail, and that's what matters to me. And we're not going to do the article. It's about someone that was stalking them, right? And they had to cancel a bunch of work they were doing because they were being stalked by this cat.
Yes.
And again, they have a specific thumbnail up on this thing. And now, some cat named Kill Volo which I'm
Okay.
sure is probably some 4chan joke that I'm saying, and then they're laughing like, "Oh, you said our thing." Sure. Kill Volo on the Twitter put that image up, which tells me he probably was looking at that article angrily and put up the caption, "These women have a combined age of 90 and they're cosplaying as teenagers. LMAO, streaming is in the gutter." Which, that's literally being the meme right there, too. The one where it's like, someone like, you know, that Facebook laugh react?
Yeah.
But then, like, behind it is the person crying.
Yes.
Like, you're doing it right there. LMAO, streaming is in the gutter. You're actually mad.
Okay.
Right? Kill Volo. And it's the fact that he used that image that is literally, it's from that damn article. He was watching whatever stream that was and mad as hell at it. And I just took Daria posted it, took Daria's image and put the words, "Here we observe the incel, the wild incel in his natural habitat. In a rarely seen but documented occurrence, he is using his misogyny to teach himself math." Right?
Yes.
And there are 736 comments.
Yes.
Many of them are angry men.
Yes. Yeah. So I looked up who these people are because I've never heard of them. They're Twitch streamers, and the first written article about them comes up from Sportskeeda. So I imagine they have a lot of hatred from incels. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I can't see anyone saying is what the fuck they do. And I finally looked,
they do Twitch. They do they play video games.
and don't they like dress up as
Yeah, they
characters?
they cosplay. Yeah.
Right, but then, folks, I'm telling you right now, one of the main reasons I can't appreciate cosplay is I don't know who the fuck you're dressed up as. I don't know who these characters are. Dress up as someone I know. Can one of y'all do Queen Latifah? Oh, look, that's Queen Latifah when she played her character Dana in House Party 2. Yay! I don't know all these damn Dungeons and Dragons ass goblins and Garbleheim. Like, all that shit is in Congress. I don't like...
Yeah, I've never even heard of the games something called 100 Thieves. I've never even heard of it. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like, folks, you want to know how I play video games? I roll up some doobies, I put on Grand Theft Auto 5, and I hail a cab, and then I watch the cab drive through the city because I like the landscape while chiefing and playing some records. That's me gaming. So, no, I'm not going to get it.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, and let's just get one example of one of the men responding. Do-do-do, boop, boop, boop. Ah, here we go. I like this one. Now, this is a nice little essay this guy wrote me. This is the only one Phoenix and I are going to respond to, and then tomorrow it's an episode.
Yes.
This feller says, "It's all well and funny to scream incel on the internet, even in 2025, when the term's been around for a while. But give it another generation and see how funny it is. The behaviors occurring between men and women are nothing short of apocalyptic, and they are happening in multiple countries simultaneously all over the world. United States, Canada, UK, Australia, and even Eastern nations like Japan. The women have contempt for a large percentage of the men, and the men have no chance of offering much of value to those women. Assuming they even want to, because online spaces like the Manosphere and Red Pill are basically the equivalent of the feminist revolution, except for men. Let's get real for a moment.
Oh,
A
God.
lot of women turned on men 30 years ago. I don't know if you knew that.
30 years ago specifically?
1995, they
the
just
fuck
weren't
was
having
happening
that
in
shit anymore.
95?
Fucking Busta Rhymes dropped that woo-ha, got you all in check, and women were like, absolutely not. You do not have us in check, Mr. Rhymes, and every other man on the planet. Ho ho. That's right, Corrupt and Daz. I'll put you in the dog pound. That's what happened. So, 30 years ago. But a good deal of men weren't aware of it. Now they realize they've basically been slapped in the face and no one is going to be coming back to the table to negotiate. If we observed this behavior in an animal or some alien species removed from our own world, we'd swear we were seeing the end of a species in a few generations.
Fucking good. Now what? What?
He's a reasonable guy.
I
I responded with I made several response memes, and you can have them if you'd like them. They're just Daria, my logo, and it says you should calm down and smile more. And I added just the words I put. This one should be titled "A Gish Gallop of Paranoid Delusions."
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate the irony, because I had to, well, as we said, we didn't know who these people were. I had to look them up. The picture of the three of them, that was during like a week-long event they did, and they had to shut it down early because they were out in public, and a guy asked them for one of their phone numbers, and they told him no, so he threatened to murder all of them. So I do appreciate the incels are like, we're not the bad guys here, when literally these three women last month,
Yeah.
you know, like... Yeah, so maybe it should be the end of the species, because y'all can't act right. Now what? Like, fucking just act right, goddammit.
And also, that's not motherfucking happening. And I hate how, like, sometimes it's just like, you want to say it, but I don't want to say the line, Bart. You have to say the line, Bart. But I'm tired of saying the line because it's predictable, it's boring, it feels reductive emotionally.
Yes.
I feel like I am damn near... I almost used a term incorrectly. It just feels reductive.
Yeah.
I almost said reducto absurdum. No, that's not what that is. That's when a Republican deliberately misunderstands you. That's reducto absurdum. But fucking touch grass. Go the fuck outside.
Yeah.
And remember, touch grass is symbolic for put that screen down and go out there.
Yeah.
I'm in the factory. I work with Gen Z young men. All three of the main ones I interact with have kids and are planning on marrying their girlfriends that they have kids with, and they're saving up to get houses together.
Yeah.
They're all in their early 20s. They're just one of them, and keep in mind, now this is a thing that's generational. This kid is not gang related, but has a face tattoo. Mm-hmm. Why does he have a face tattoo? Because for his generation, that's a normal place to get a tattoo.
Right.
But the tattoo he has, members of his family have that going back to the 1950s.
Oh, wow.
They all have that same tattoo. Just for his generation,
It's on the
put
face.
put it on your forehead.
Yep.
It's just on his forehead. And that's whatever. But he's not a little gangster guy. He's a dork. He just likes working and shit. And cheering on his girlfriend. Like I like hearing him talk about he's her biggest fan, like a motherfucker. He loves talking her up.
I love that, though. That's
Yeah,
so cute. I love
right.
it.
Unlike you fucking incel clowns, you could literally be. And let me tell you something. This guy, I'm not. Look, I don't want to be mean. He's no Denzel.
He's no Denzel. Okay. All right.
Can I leave it at that?
You can leave it
All
at
right,
that.
He's no Denzel.
But I think it is worth noting that, though, because so many of these incels, like, because they're so stuck in their groups that, like, they don't know what's going on around them, that it's like, you actually don't have to be 6 feet tall and make $250,000 a year and be, like, really ridiculously attractive. Like, those are great things to have. Like, don't get me wrong. It'll make your life easier, but, like, look around you. A lot of men who are under 6 feet are in long-term relationships or marriages. A lot of men who are working class men are in marriages and long-term relationships. A lot of men who are not necessarily attractive are in long-term relationships and marriages. Like, that's something you told yourself, and now you want to take it out on everybody else because you're lying to yourself and it's our fucking problem for some reason.
Yeah, and your main problem is it goes back to that really old school quote, right? Sometimes you gotta bust out the classics, man. Feminism is the absurd notion that women are people.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is a big part of your problem, is that however you got the messaging, right? Now, we know there's macrocosms, but there's also microcosms. However you as an individual got the messaging, no, women are not tokens or trading cards you pass around. Women are human beings like you. Right, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Like, there's a person there. Mm-hmm. that has their own interests, right? Like I was talking to a woman at my job, and like she likes to play volleyball and garden and sing along to every single song she hears if she can learn the words. Like she doesn't give a shit if she can learn the words. She's singing along. Damn it, that's all she wants to do: volleyball, garden, and sing. And it's like, that's what they are. And you're a man. You probably like doing shit like that. Hell, but guess what? You're never going to meet her because she met a man who is significantly under 6 feet. What? I don't even know if he's fucking 5'8". He's probably 5'6" or 5'5", legit. And she's with him because, and she probably would have liked you. She's pretty groovy. She's pretty cool. But you chose to be that, and you probably didn't even hit on her. She probably saw you and was like, I'm going to avoid whatever that is.
Yeah.
And she's with the person she's with now.
Yeah.
And she's 38. And she's grown up, and she ignored the incel, and she's not a childless cat lady, which is also not a scary thing.
No, it's not.
Cats are cool. That's a pet in the house. Having a pet actually isn't a weird thing. Like, you realize you've propagandized yourselves into thinking having pets is weird.
Yeah.
In capitalism, it's still a profitable ass industry. It's very fucking normal. But now you think that you're the normal one. You're an outlier. That's why when you step outside your groups, you're like, you're gonna have a cat. Everyone laughs at you because we already fucking have cats.
Right.
Married people have cats.
Right.
Single people have cats. Polyamorous people have cats. Widowed people have cats. Is widow gendered?
Widow and widower.
Widowed and widower?
Yeah.
What
Like
the
a woman is a widow, a man is a like if a woman's husband dies, she's a widow. If a man's wife dies, he's a widower. I don't make the rules.
Gender is fucking stupid, man.
I don't make the rules, man.
My goodness. I've never had anyone explain that to me before.
Yeah.
I'm 42.
I want to put out, like, ironically, as we're talking about cats, like, it's so weird to have a cat. There's an account called Cats of Yore on Blue Sky, and it has almost 250,000 followers, and all it does is post pictures of cats.
Huh.
Like their cats at a shelter they volunteer at, like antique black and white pictures of cats, paintings of cats. 250,000 people like cats. Stop hating cats, you fucking weirdo.
And y'all are obsessed with coping by telling yourselves that these women are gonna be lonely. And that's also because you think that a romantic sexual partnership is the only type of companionship anyone could possibly have. Do you not forget, where do you think these women came from? You really got on some women are from Mars, men are from Venus shit. She didn't come down in a space tube from fucking Mars. She was born from parents that love her, with aunts and uncles and cousins and brothers and sisters and friends from school, friends from college, friends from work, friends from in the neighborhood, friends from in the city.
Yep.
Their favorite cashier they interact with at the donut shop. Hey, Greg, all right, here's your $5 tip. Love donuts. Awesome. Give me the bear claw. Right? That's a full person in society. That's the thing. I can go on for fucking ever, excuse me. But y'all swear that women exist as manic pixie dream girls, that they just are disconnected from everything until they're connected to your funky ass penis. Shut up. You're stupid. That's why nobody respects you. That's why I laugh react to your comments. That's why I'm snarky towards you. I will not let you waste my time with me taking you serious. I'm always going to be snarky. I'm always going to be condescending, largely because I'm better than you in so many ways. I'm more articulate than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm a better partner than you. I had way cooler high school years than you. I wasn't an incel, right? So yeah, I have a better bone structure than you. My receding hairline is better than your full head of hair. You suck. And so I'm gonna treat you like you suck until you fucking fix yourself. Venus Kalita.
Well, that was a lot. No, I was just going to say, I think that one of their things about, like, you're going to be a childless cat lady is because they themselves are alone, but they're also lonely, so they can't separate alone and loneliness because that's them. And, like, that's their projection. Because you can be, live alone, but not be lonely. You can be an introvert and not be lonely. You can live without children or partners or roommates and not be lonely. Like, you can. Because you can have hobbies outside of your house. You know, you can have relationships that like don't necessarily involve having children or having a romantic partner and be perfectly fine and content. But because they can't do that, they're like, well, no one, if I can't do it, how could you do it? Because I'm better than you. So if I can't do it, obviously you can't do it, you lonely old cat lady. And it's like, oh.
Which has to be a part of why you don't want to go outside and touch grass, because you don't want your bubble burst, because you're going to go outside and you're going to see people doing it.
Yeah.
All right? You're going to see people living it. Right? There's a reason why sometimes I come out of certain places and I hug and touch and kiss my wife extra hard because I'm uncomfortable because some woman just hit on me. Which also, women that are taller than me. I'm under 6 feet.
No, honestly though, like a lot of that stuff doesn't matter. It's about having a good personality, being a good person, being a good partner, and they don't have any of those capabilities. Like they're selfish, they're rude, they act like spoiled children, they're entitled. And it's just like, what is the draw to that? Like
Right, and I think you make yourself even madder because you think that by being that, you're acting like an alpha male and people are going to bow to your presence. And again, you don't want your bubble burst because you don't want to go down to that bakery with the outdoor seating area. Oh, outdoor seating area season is back, baby. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to go there and see that. People acting kind to each other and laughing and smiling and eating their tofu salad sandwich or whatever the fuck it is they have. White people in the city, live your life. I don't give a shit.
Hummus.
Right? Hummus?
Hummus. White people love hummus.
Right, yeah. Hummus, avocado hummus. I don't motherfucking know. With Mio when you drink. They're having a great time and you don't want to see that. And also you don't want to see what real people actually look like. Right? Real people are not airbrushed with abs on the fucking Instagram all day. Real people have bellies. Real people have a crooked tooth. Right? Tupac Shakur is one of the most beautiful human beings on the planet. A couple of his teeth disagreed with each other on who should be in the front row. All right? But he was still one of the most beautiful people on the planet. Like, if people are not drawings, like, go out there, look at them. They have bellies, they have arm fat, and they're happier than you. And you know that you're coping by telling yourself in your little groups that they're miserable.
Yep. Yeah.
You're hurting yourself, Chief. You're hurting yourself.
They don't see it. And like what I will be interested in is the guys who are like young men who are incels now, like say like mid-20s, where they're going to be in like 20 years from now. Because it's very similar to the Republican thing that we keep talking about, where it's like, y'all act so fucking ridiculous that like it's to a point where there is no salvation for you because you have alienated everyone because you act like an unbelievable asshole. And like that's how these men are behaving, because like I don't know how you get around that, because like if someone knows what you're saying online, if you're saying like the typical incel shit that's like women only exist for this and a lot of misogyny and like pro-rape stuff and women don't deserve rights, like I don't know how you come back from that, honestly. Because like if I was, if you're saying that right now, you're 25 and like now go up 5 or 10 years, you're 30, you're 35 and you're trying to like settle down and get in a relationship, and you talk to me and I'm like, oh, you seem like such a nice guy, blah blah, and then I find out that was who you were, I don't want to know you anymore. At all. Like not as a romantic partner, not as a friend. You can't even know my cat. Like
even if that's your past and you swear you're changed, I don't know what you are internally. You may have a long-term fucked up plan that you're trying to make me part of. Because fuck that.
Yeah, because my whole thing is like, how do you end up like that? Because like I understand we all take a wrong turn sometimes, but to end up like that deep in incel land, nigga, you took the wrong freeway across state lines.
Yeah.
Like you fucking, I don't know what you did. I don't know how you got there. I'm not trying to figure out your arithmetic. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Like you're just not. Yeah. Because you already had some internal conversations with yourself and you came out wrong every single time. And it's like, I don't.
And I think about the Naomi Klein book, where I'm gonna tie this together. Watch it. The Naomi Klein book, Doppelganger, I think it was. It was either Doppelganger or Shock Doctrine, and she was talking about when she was out canvassing politically in Canada, and knocked on someone's door, And she said the person that answered it looked at her with those internet eyes. And you got real, like, you guys get so deep into this shit that it now shows in your general demeanor.
Yeah.
And I see some of y'all go online and you're like, man, I walk in and people just don't even want to deal with me. Maybe I'm just so something. I'm just so alpha. People, and it's like, no, there's something called the uncanny valley that you now fit into. Like, people see something when they make eye contact with you that's fucked up and disturbing, and that's why they don't want to interact with you.
Yeah.
Or there might be certain times when you come across certain men where it's like, all right, I know that I have a relative degree of physical strength. I have some experience in hand-to-hand combat. And also, I'm here with my wife who has a disability, and I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. And now you're wondering why I'm kind of mean-mugging you a little bit. And it's because now I'm trying to show you my uncanny valley.
Right.
Because I don't know what the fuck you're on. Y'all are weird, and you have those internet eyes. And you probably seen it, like, I mean, obviously, I've talked about having a QAnon coworker. That motherfucker has those internet eyes. Like, because and I'll say what I think internet eyes means to me. It means that they're looking at you, trying to figure out what narrative they want to invent for you. They're trying to decide how they want you to exist in their head.
Yeah.
No matter what you say about yourself, no matter what verifiable facts there are about you, no matter what they can see on paper about you, they're putting together what you are and how they will only speak about you and think about you. And that's those creepy internet eyes, is when they're in the figuring it out process.
Okay.
Yeah, once they figured it out, they can kind of relax and get into it and, you know, groove along with you. But when they're figuring it out, oh, creepy internet eyes. And I guarantee you incel boys have it. Right? Because when Naomi Klein wrote about it, she was talking about a woman that had it.
Yeah.
And just to spoil the book for you, whether it's doppelganger or shock
It's
doctrine.
doppelganger.
All right, it's doppelganger. And she said that she was like, oh, but you know, some people won't be able to handle the virus. And that person said they should just die then and close the door. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that that's a pretty accurate depiction of it, or at least how I would read it. I was looking to see if I could find the actual quote, but I'm not pulling it up fast enough.
Oh, from Naomi Klein's book?
Yeah. But yeah, I just it's weird because it's like they see you, but at the same time, like they're looking through you.
Yeah.
And there's something really weird about it. Because, like, yeah, you can feel the inhuman. Because, like, to me, like, when you see these people, they remind me of, like when you're watching, like, a horror movie, right? With something, like, with, like zombies or vampires, right? And someone gets bit, but, like, they haven't turned yet. But they're, like, right on, like, that cusp. And then they just, like, look at you and you're like, oh, shit. Like, it's about to go down. You know what I'm talking about? Like the zombie movie where, like, someone gets bit and, like, they're slowly turning, but they're still human, like, they still know their name, but, like, in an hour, it's about to be over, and then, like, right before, they just kind of look at you, and you're like, aw, this nigga trying to eat me first.
Oh, like, we were just looking at that. We mentioned it earlier in the program. You're looking at that show, The Strain. We've gone well over the hour now.
Yeah.
We were looking at that show, The Strain, and I think it was the stereotypical Afro-Latina housekeeper, kid watcher, and the parent was turning, and I think they had those inner eyelids that closed and opened sideways, and it was like, you're turning, you're in it. All right, I'm just gonna take the kids out for lunch. Come on, get in the car, going to lunch, forever, going to lunch.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, it's like that, where you're like, oh, something is not right here, and there's just, and, you know, I have to wonder if that's also, you know, oh, God, I'm like almost veering into Evo Psych, almost, but if there is something, like, evolutionary about that, because we are, like, a herd species, like, we are not an individual, like, I don't give a fuck what Ayn Rand says, we are not individuals, we are a community-based species, and, like, when someone gets, like, that kind of sick, I'm not talking about, like, a flu, but, like, the turn into a zombie type of sick, you're like, this is unsafe, and, like, there's just something, like, because I think that's a thing to struggle to define it, because, like, it's an innate feeling of unease and mistrust.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a specific, like, you know what I mean?
I know, I'll make two things. The first one, I always reference hip-hop. You're making me think of the Public Enemy song and music video "Night of the Living Bassheads," where they basically presented like what it's like being in a community like in the beginning of the crack era, and it felt like this new drug addict called the crackhead was a zombie-like figure in the neighborhood, and I think that's relatively well depicted in a crack house. I think maybe season 3 of the show Snowfall on FX, if you watch that program.
Okay.
And then also, it's a meme. What you're talking about in horror movie YouTube, that is a general meme of like, the Uncanny Valley suggests that during our point in evolution, there was a reason to be afraid of something that was almost human but wasn't.
Yeah, and that's like what they are. Like that's what these fucking incels are. That's what these fucking like MRAs are. That's what a lot of Republicans and the Trump supporters are. Like there's just something because you can't trust them to be part of polite society. Because these are the guys who are just gonna like fucking pull out a gun out of nowhere. These are the people who are just gonna pull someone into an alley and rape them. These are someone who's gonna set off a pipe bomb in a school. Like there's just like.
Yeah.
They can't be trusted in society, and like every instinct you have is trying to tell you like get the fuck away from. Listen to your instincts.
Yeah, like way back. It's 2025 now. Like the first time Phoenix and I recorded together on old school telephone audio in 2014, we went for about 3 hours, I think. And we were just like joking around and whatnot. I think I had an adult beverage. I think you may have had an adult beverage. We were in different states, and it was something like why are people afraid of clowns? Like I think I just randomly said that, and then Phoenix was like, "Cause clowns look like white people." And now that I've been living with Phoenix Calida for 9 years, like I know that's one of those like the second bottle is about to open when those kind of punchy, poignant statements come out. Cause clowns look like white people.
White people who are always smiling. Like, what the fuck is that?
Also, just mentioning clowns and patriarchy, that's what I think patriarchy really is when Tim Curry played Stephen King's It, and that scene where he keeps yelling, Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you want it? It's like, that is patriarchy. Like, that is the penis pick in your thing. Just, don't you want it? Don't you want it? All right, we got to get the heck out of here. But yes, the whole episode tomorrow will be dealing with all of these comments by these guys. And again, let me scroll to the top. There are 736 comments.
Oh my God.
Obviously, a lot of the comments are going to be women pushing back, cool leftist men pushing back, not tankies, leftist men pushing back, and also myself treating them the way I think they need to be treated. Because, and keep in mind, before anyone opens their mouth to even think it or say it, open your mouth to think it, I am not an alpha male. That does not exist. Somebody misunderstood their own study of wolves. They peer-reviewed their own work and found it to be false. There is no alphas. What it is... What
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. What it is that I'm two things at the same time. I'm assertive and I'm right. And that's what makes me function like this towards you.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say with the whole alpha wolf thing, like, I can't get over the fact that it was a study done on wolves in captivity and not even, like, their natural habitat. Like, yeah, maybe this isn't how wolves actually behave because they're not supposed to fucking be in zoos and shit.
Right? Yeah, they talk about, we're crabs in a barrel. Are crabs supposed to be in a barrel? Like the other crab. The other crab isn't trying to pull that one down. They see something that could be a ladder to climb out.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was, like, one of the biggest things was because they were like, the alpha wolves, like, are, masculine and on top and, like, they don't care about anyone and they're selfish. But, like, in the actual wild, the wolves that lead the pack are actually very concerned about keeping the pack safe. So it's, like, the literal opposite. But that's because, again, you need allies in the wild. As opposed to being in captivity where, well,
Yeah, which is why we need to start visiting a local church and meeting some folks out here. A Universalist Unitarian church, of course. So basically an atheist leftist hangout.
Pretty much.
And we need to meet one of those and start getting with some folks out here and boogieing down. Yeah, because we're out here in New York and we got to do this, baby. All right. Mr. Williams Laborhood. we went over the hour.
We did.
Because we're tangential, and again, as I say, I can rant against these guys, because fuck them, man.
That's
Fuck 'em.
your TED Talk?
Disrespect them. Just disrespect the fuck out of them. All right. I feel like having some more cereal and listening to Britney Spears' Blackout album.
Cereal? Cereal?
Yes.
All right.
Because it's cold as fire, baby. Hot as ice.
Really?
If you've ever been to heaven, this is twice as nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good closing line.
Fucking incels, man.
Big, thick, rich decibels. I don't know where the fuck that rant came from. That shit wasn't planned. I just think about because it is what I would say if I was in their faces. Like, if we were on a discussion panel, oh, do I have my 5 minutes again? Let me tell you something. I'm better than you. Ugh.
Hi.
Fucking
Hi, Mr.
ass
Buddy.
clowns.
They are.
Limiter, negative
Can I look at it
4.4 decibels.
No, I still can't look at it? Okay.
What, the bleedy one?
Yeah.
I thought that was the other side.
What was this side?
Oh.
They won't let me look at it.
Oh, it's scabbed up?
Yeah. I can feel the scab, but like when I like try to look at it, he's like, no.
Oh, that's, get a warm washcloth. Warm, wet washcloth. Yeah, then he'll be like, oh, cool. Because if you started at his forehead and work back there, then he'll be groovy. I just made all that shit up. I don't fucking know. It just seems logical.
Why you gotta lick my arm, man?
Why you gotta lick a nigga's arm, man?
Ugh. Okay. Should we go back downstairs? Yes.
Oh, good. They're commenting. Yes, comment, argue, debate.
Ow.
Well, hey, where the heck is the thing?
It's missing. It's gone forever.
There.